engines are go.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Gudo here from TwoToBase. I'm here with the gang. I've got a few special faces on the screen. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey.
Doing good?
Doing good.
We have, first time on the channel, we've got Ryan here. He's one of our most recent team members, even though I feel like you've been on the team for like 6 months now. But what's going on, man?
Hey, not much. Just had fun at locals today and ran some errands and came back home for this.
Yep, I was supposed to be there, couldn't make it. Had a little family day today, but yeah, how'd that go?
Went pretty good. I think I was second.
Oh,
technically, I think that me and Nathan were tied. Whatever tiebreaker they had was below all the ones they actually show on Melee, because all of those were exactly identical.
How many people
It's
did you
just
have?
the showdown all over again.
It was 10 people.
10 people. All right, so we're getting back up in locals. I know it's a little light out there in the SWU world, but we're grateful to play anything we can. Nate, how you feeling today, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Glad to be here.
Sean, how you doing?
Doing all right. Also, shout out to the collective, because next Sunday they'll be doing a Secrets draft. So if anyone's able to come out during the holiday break, want to play some cards, and you're in Central Florida, go to the collective.
Shout out to the collective. We love our collective store. Man, we've got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to try to keep this at about a half hour. Aaron, how are you doing? You're coming off a showdown win. We've got a couple of showdown wins today. How you feeling though, man?
I'm pretty good. We had 13 people at the showdown, and locals here are flittering out at about 10 to 12 people a week.
All right, so Tampa doing well. Awesome, dude. Well, we'll get right into this, guys. We're going to talk about a few things. One thing I want to highlight is just the success we had at some, showdown locals, although they're smaller showdowns, and they may not be speaking a lot of the meta footprint in the area or altogether, because we kind of broke that a little bit, and we'll get into why. One thing I want to say is it's nice to celebrate wins, even if they're not the biggest. It's not what it's about. We're just really stoked to go out there with some of the decks we've been brewing and putting up numbers, and it's just a fun time going out there and playing with you guys. And love to recap it a little bit. So with that, we'll just start off. Let's talk about Ryan's win first. And this was a showdown that happened last weekend. Myself, Sean here, Nate, Ryan, and I think there were a few other TwoToBasers that aren't on the screen. Or was that just all of us?
No, that was it.
It's just
Hector was planning on coming, but then he couldn't make it, so it's just us four.
Shout out to Hector, the new dad of TwoToBase. Yeah, so we went there. It was 16 total.
Yep.
Yep, that was at Coliseum of Comics in Kissimmee. Shout out to them for hosting. Yeah, so let's talk about it. I didn't do too hot. I brought Palp Yellow, so don't need to really go into that. But let's talk about Ryan. Give us your rundown. What were you playing before you were on this OB1 Force Blue?
So,
and where did you get? How did you get here?
I was on Towson Yellow Force, and it's not a bad deck, but in the current meta, it was just not going anywhere.
I've got your deck list on the screen, by the way.
And Piet are just too big of a challenge for that deck. So I was like, and decided it was time to look at rebuilding to something else. And first I looked back at Luke for Pilot and decided that was not a good idea in the current meta either. So then I had thought of, can I build a blue heroism deck that doesn't have set 1 Luke since I don't have any of them.
Which, can I pause you there? Insane reveal in the final when no one knew that you didn't have that in until after the match was done. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, so give us a little short breakdown of the list. So like you were on Obi Yellow at one point. I know you were just sort of teetering
I
with
played
it.
Obi-Wan Yellow last season too a few times, but decided that with all of the success that Yoda is having in blue-green heroism, that I take a look at that and see what I could build. So I decided Obi-Wan doesn't, after talking with you all, that Obi-Wan really doesn't want to ramp, so playing a little bit faster game.
Well, you've got the General's Blade in case you get the swing. Well, you've got plenty of Jedi, so there's probably fringe moments where you're getting some units out early, but you're probably not really relying on that.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while between the Consular and the General's Blade. It happened today, the first time I've gotten to play Bo-Katan with this deck at locals today.
You played
that felt
Bo-Katan
great.
at 7.
On 7 resources, yeah.
You are banned forever. That's awesome. Well, that's crazy. Explain yourself on the Chancellor Palpatine out of aspect plot card.
So I figured I needed to have something out of aspect to turn on the dark side of Anakin's ability, since he's fulfilling some of the role that Luke would normally fulfill, of drop him and remove a unit.
Yep.
And simultaneously, one of the big downsides I discovered playing Obi-Wan Yellow last season is that Obi-Wan's a little flimsy. He tends to get removed quick if you can't buff him with an upgrade. So flipping him and dropping 2 Sentinels on the board helps keep him alive long enough to do something else to buff him, or at least get 1 or 2 swings out of his ability.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, you don't have Luke's, so which you could have just asked any of us for our Luke's, but you're like, nah, I'm gonna play the hard way and play this deck on hard mode. Yeah,
And
no.
anyways,
And win anyways.
What would you take out if you had the Luke?
If I had the Luke's, that's tough. I might take the Bo-Katan, and I don't know, I'd have to find some other things to drop out too. But I think that with the Luke's, I might not need as much top end, so Bo-Katan would probably come out.
And maybe drop 1 Yoda, or would you keep all?
Yeah, maybe a Yoda, Bo-Katan, and with the Luke's in there, I might push the other hyperspace disaster to the sideboard, because that would be a little more capable against space with the 2 sets of -6 units.
As well as all the restore you get from Luke.
And the restore. Because that is definitely the weakest spot that this deck has, is space aggro.
What are some of the so you mentioned Chancellor Palp turn on Anakin and it curves out right because you deploy on 5, play the Palp. You got to swing it into something next turn, and then that'll trigger your Anakin. But what other spice? Like, tell me about Luke 4-cost unit from Legends of the Force. Did he ever get played a lot? Like, did you?
He's gotten played several times. He's never gotten to do what was the original reason I put him in the deck, which was to give me an additional way to trigger Yoda.
I see.
But the dropping a shield and an experience token on him has been key in a couple games.
Yeah, it's weird because you end up paying
a threat that has to be answered quickly before he spirals out of control.
Yeah, I mean, when you played against me, and we could talk about that. I was going to ask you about your matchups next, so we could start with mine. Even though we were like, I think we were fighting for top cut on that match. Because I ended up
the last one. Yeah,
I ended up tied with Case, the Han 2 blue player, and then I ended up going like 1-1-1. So if I would have won that, I would have been in the top cut. I'm glad you were, not me, but you demolished me. It wasn't even close, because you're able to get these units to like 5, 6 HP. Like, I can deal with 5. I cannot deal with 6 unless I'm ambushing Vader with an ISB agent and triggering the ping. But yeah, insane deck to play against. It's not fun to play against, because all these like value health units get even more value when you buff them. And then you've just got like chariots to block the way. So like they're thinking about killing that 4/6 Ezra Bridger you played, but like now you dropped a chariot the next turn, and then like, oops, I put a general's blade on it, and like you're entrenching your chariot, and you know, you're doing all this stuff that's like literally impossible for some decks to deal with. But like, how'd you feel about your matches? Tell me a little bit about that.
So my first match was against someone playing Rose Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an interesting one. I lost game 1 hard.
The pause was like,
I got run over in game 1 of that match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I got just completely destroyed. I don't even.
More
I
space
think
deck.
they made it to Obi-Wan's deploy.
Like, was it just bad draws from you, or just super
I
aggro
had
from Rose?
Slightly bad draws, but also they were all in on space. The only unit they ever played to ground was Rose, and they didn't even flip Rose.
Wow.
Because they didn't want to give me anything to run Palpatine into to activate Anakin. And I just could not slow them down or keep up with how fast they were pushing damage.
So you had Rose Yellow.
But then game 2, I brought in the second Yoda and the Owen for more restore, and the Concord Dawn interceptors, and that let me stall space out so I could win that, and then same for game 3.
Get to your hyperspace disaster and then move on from there.
I mean, hyperspace disaster was in there, but I don't think we actually even got to 7 resources in either one of those games.
Oh wow.
What about round 2?
It just was. So let's see, what was round 2? No, I played a Crispy's trench deck.
Trench green.
Yep.
That was my one loss of the day. I went down in both 0-2 in that one.
Well, to be fair, he built that to combat all the mid-range nonsense, so that was
I
built
did
to
a
do that.
very, very good job of it.
I played against that deck too, and yep, he just steamrolled me both times.
Yeah, I came close in one game, but the other game wasn't even a contest.
So you had Crispy, you had a Rose Tico Yellow. You played me on Palp Yellow, and then there would have been one more.
What was the fourth one?
Did you play Ryan and Swiss?
Oh no, I played what was he playing?
Oh wait, you played the Han 4 guy who had a. Oh my god,
that was
Top Cut.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Top Cut. Okay.
I played. What deck did you play last round, Sean? Do you remember?
Oh, CAD.
Yeah, CAD
Data
Data Vault. That was the
CAD
other
Data
one I
Vault.
played.
Got it. Okay.
And
Took that one as well.
yeah, I just had too many too wide targets for him to deal with.
Yeah. CAD's trying to
Board
trade
got-
up, and you're
got
like,
out of hand.
you're not going to trade up if I keep adding XP.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed when I was playing Obi-Wan Yellow, is that the ability to drop one experience token on everything just messes with so many decks' math.
I hate it. I love it for you, hate it for me. Okay, so you had it was a smaller tournament, so we only had 4 rounds in the main event, but then Top Cut came around, and the final match was you and Milkman Ryan, who famously or infamously won a PQ with the Sabe Tarkentown deck. So you got to face him, and he was on P at red.
Yes.
Let's talk about that matchup.
That was an intense match.
I was like your cheerleader behind you, like cheering you on. Like I was,
Yeah,
and Sean's like having me contain myself because I was just getting so into it. Like, yo, chill out.
It was we went 3 games, and I honestly actually was surprised that I managed to pull that one out, because it's a hard matchup for this deck with all the space stuff
Yep.
that he's got.
Big
No,
triangles.
Yeah, it's like you were able to entrench his space triangles, but then he would just use that as fodder for his OB.
Yeah, that was what the one game that I lost. That was what did it. I entrenched his Devastator, and he hit it over one barrage and wiped my board.
You basically sign yourself up for, every board I build is going to get wiped until I can kill this thing.
I mean,
No,
either that or you're taking 9 to the face. So you force him to have the card at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is awesome, dude. No, it was a blast watching
There was
it.
the one game where he just had brick draws, and then the last one was a real fight.
Yeah, it was awesome to watch. I was getting pumped up. It was like 12, or it was like midnight or 12:30, and we were just juiced up off adrenaline from watching that, and it was just awesome to see you take it against Piet, because it just felt like watching the game. It felt like there were so many moments where I'm like, "You're donezo," and then you just come out and you're like dropping multiple units a turn as it gets later in the game, and then like just doing really, really weird stuff. That ended.
I know I drove you crazy for not playing the Shatterpoint.
Yeah.
He drove all of us nuts.
He has
but
it in his hand.
you did the right thing, because you're saving it for something that's really breaking your back. At the time, he just had an entrenched unit, so you're like, whatever. No, it was awesome. Great. Thanks for kind of talking about the deck a little bit. And I don't know if you mind, I put the list. Well, the list is on the screen for you guys to copy, but
Yeah.
I'll pop this into the description so you guys can play it, mess around with it, and let us know what you think. Let's go into, but thanks for sharing, Ryan. That's awesome. And it felt good to watch you win a little showdown. And hope maybe when we go into our next PQ, we got more sauce to brew up and see what you bring. So look who's back again. So Aaron, tell us about your showdown, man. So you had how many people were at it? How'd it go? And tell us about your deck.
Yeah, so we had 13 people down at Nerdy Needs in Tampa. Funny enough, like before it, for about 3 days, I was practicing Han 1 Green, and then Kybers was like, "Oh, so you need Boba," and then the day of the showdown, I just had to go back to Boba.
I just knew.
Yeah. Well, and like I was thinking, like just how the meta is overall. Like it's kind of like in a rock paper scissors type of mode where you have your heroic, command, mid range, and then the best counter for that would be control, like hard control. So in my head, I thought everyone was gonna be playing hard control, so I would go Boba Data Vault, and it ended up performing very well.
Yeah, I see in the list nothing too out of character. I mean, the Hunting Assassin droid was just like a really good ad.
Yeah. Many people don't expect that swinging for 5 almost every time.
And with that, you basically said, I'm not playing Imperial Dark Trooper. I'm just going to play this to have 4 HP and possibly swing for 5 if they ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, it just takes a lot. It takes care of a lot of ground units swinging for 5.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about your matches.
Typos running around.
What was that?
What'd you?
I said it deals with all of the typos running around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, so my first match was against a Cad Tarkin Town. Pretty basic Cad Tarkin Town. He got me the first game like I had just bad draws and he just had many units. The second game was a little bit closer, but then the third game he was trying to spread out as much damage as he could on units. So then by the time I had the Boba flip, I played Topple using the plot, so then I wiped out his entire, I killed 5 units, and then from there it was pretty much his game. He couldn't come back from that. The second game, he managed to get a CAD to capture my Devastator and I think I had the Boba Fett fire spray. He was managed to capture it just with pink damage on it.
Yep.
But then I top decked them all, and then from there it was game. My second match was against Iden Green Data Vault, so hard control.
Mm-hmm. You love that match.
Yeah. It was a close first game, but he just ended up healing a lot more. Oh, so he got the first game, but then I sideboarded in my salvage and my Palp's Return to help combat
The
most
removal.
control.
Yep.
Yeah. So like by the end of the game, like I was Pauper turning and salvaging my Devastators and Ruthless Raiders to just do the 3 to 5 ping damage with Boba to win the game. And then I think also in one game I had a capital ship down, and then I planetary bombardment for 13. So I mean 13 damage against a Data Vault is about a third damage, which is just insane.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, the deck kind of pilots itself, and well, to a degree. I don't want to discredit your play, but yeah, it's still a good deck. I think Anakin really eats this deck up because they play the legal authority capturing Ruthless Raiders and stuff.
Yeah.
But what other? So that was. So you did okay, and then what about how many rounds was it? 3 or 4 rounds?
It was just 3 rounds.
What was the third match?
The third match was against the new Palp Data Vault as well. So pretty much another hard control.
Oh,
Very hard control.
Yeah, surprisingly he did have more units than the Iden, but it was still like the first game. It was wild. I had a huge misplay. Like we both had super laser techs on the board. And I got greedy with swinging into base, and then he no gloried my super laser tech, and then killed his own. So then he double ramped, and when he flipped his because I was only have 5 resources, so I couldn't even flip Boba. He flipped his Palp, deployed, and then had the plot upgrade.
mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of it. And then so he just had a big boy Palp, and then he OP to essentially just wipe my board. So couldn't come back from that. And then the other games, I just I sideboarded in my hard control stuff, and then pretty much the same as the Iden deck.
So there was no top cut, I'm assuming.
No, there was no top cut. It was just top 3. It was just 3 matches.
So you didn't get to
The
play
one
against a Yoda.
I did not. I don't think there was a Yoda. Like I have, I wrote down the list. There was 3 Piets, 2 blue, 1 red. There was the hard control. Like there was like 2 Idens. There was the Palp. There was an Anakin. There was a Guard ECL that won first place just because of we both 3-0'd, but he had 1 less round loss.
Yeah.
And then there was a Cassian, the neutral base, the 34 health base.
Like,
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. Like every like showdown, it's the same guy. He always plays Cassian 1. It's Cassian 1 Lake Country. He always plays Cassian. He'll either play Cassian.
Cassian, set 1 Cassian.
Set 1 Cassian. Yes.
Maybe there's something there we don't know about.
Yeah, he plays either double red, yellow, or Lake Country.
Well, it sounds like you had some fun there, man. And as far as the list goes, the real hot stuff I see is the Vader pilot in the main, and not just 1 but 2.
Yeah, I would say a good 80% of the time it is just a resource, but there's just some matchups and just some games happen where like if I can get that out, it's, I don't want to say free damage, but like it puts you just that much closer to like you throw that on a Kylo's, you're swinging for 6. Like you throw that on the TIE Bomber, you're swinging for the 3 plus the indirect and then pinging.
Yeah.
So
You're also
It's
hoping to
situational.
waste their upgrade hate to remove
Exactly.
Vader before you deploy Boba.
Yep, yeah, because if they're only running like 1 or 2 confiscates or just 1 or 2 disabling Fang Fighters, like if they have to waste 1 early on and they just don't draw the other one, it's game. Well, it's just so much harder. Actually, yeah, speaking of that, like I think during the showdown, I only deployed Boba onto a ship maybe 2 or 3 times out of all the matches. Like most of them, I just put them to ground, just also as another unit, especially against hard control.
Well, you know what's great is you can still do your topple, you can still do your Cinta,
Yep.
you can still do all the really chaotic stuff on the flip. You don't have to commit to the ship, and maybe you're putting maybe you put Vader pilot on the ship instead. When they think you're going to deploy Boba, on the ship, they save their resources to kill Boba, and then you deploy on the ground, and they're like, well, I guess I can just play this now that I don't have anything to remove on a ship, and then you're like, oh well, here's my Vader pilot to go on top of it.
Yeah.
No, hey, it's a classic Boba data vault list. There's really nothing. I mean, I'd say the hunting assassin droid over the trooper, the dark trooper, or Imperial dark trooper is better.
Mhm.
Just because of the 4 health, and it, it's a droid. Well, I guess there's no droid synergy in this deck, but
No, there's no droids.
Have you thought of making any changes to the list, or you think this is where you're sitting, or you're like thinking of a new deck?
The only thing can, and it's just depending on how it is, just the new droid, switching it out for Von Regs, the
Mhm.
3/4, the 3-drop 3/4, because if I put Boba on it, it's a 3/4, so then it'll be swinging for 8
Oh my god.
with Boba because it has the raid.
Yep.
Yep. So that was just one thing I've been playing, but the hunter droid is just another ground unit to deal with ground. Like if I need to, like you said, the typhos or just anything on ground.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't expect it swinging for 5.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I also think it's good to split your threats because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I have to protect space because Boba wants to go space. But then you split and you go a little bit of space up front and then shift to ground on the second turn or third turn. And then sometimes it throws people out of whack and they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. Because most of the, it's very rare that an opponent doesn't at least put 1 or 2 damage on a unit at a time. If they're not putting it all their indirect damage on a base.
Yeah.
What?
I'll be swinging for 4.
Yeah, I mean, good work, guys. Good work at your showdowns. I mean, like I said, small events, but they feel good when we come out on top, and we're getting ready for other big events coming up. And on that note, why don't we pivot into, well, thanks guys for talking about those lists. That's really cool, and we'll put these in the description for you guys to try out. We'll pull up the SWU competitive hub screen up, and we'll just sort of talk. Let's go around the table and let's just talk about the meta. And while you guys are chatting, I'll peek through some of these events. But where are we looking? Are we looking to stick to what we're playing right now? Like right now, I'm on Pop Yellow, and I'm feeling pretty good about it in most matches. I think it does well into the mid-range stuff. But where do we think? We'll start with Ryan, since you're at the top of my screen. Let's do I don't remember what that show is, but where you get like 60 seconds to blitz, and we'll go around the table and we'll each do a blitz. But Ryan, why don't you give me your 1 minute blitz of where would you go right now with where the meta is as far as what deck? Are you just I'm playing what I want, or if you went to a PQ tomorrow, what would you guys play and why?
The next PQ I'm gonna play the Obi-Wan deck because I've been enjoying it and it seems to do well and people aren't expecting to see it. So,
that's awesome.
Plus, I just ordered myself a showcase of Obi-Wan. So now
let's go.
Okay, it's official. That's like the tattoo. That's like getting a tattoo. Okay, and we got the Lukes for you. If you're not interested in them, then more respect to you. But yeah, so you'll be on OB going into the next big event. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, so I was piloting Han 1 Green at the same Store Showdown with Ryan. I know there was playing against Crispy. I definitely fudged on resupply. I goofed it up, and he was able to Bazine it out of my hand. And then going against Nathan on his Yoda deck, I felt pretty good game 1, but then game 2 and game 3, I didn't draw resupply, and I got punished for it. So, kind of no news. Like Han resupplying can literally win the game. So I think if he's able to pull that off, then yeah, he does pretty well. But yeah, when you don't get it, it really hurts. I'm seeing here on the list that Han 2 ECL is picking up some steam. He seems to be pretty well poised right now, so I might that might be my next pick if I were to play a PQ tomorrow.
Yeah, that deck's really strong right now,
especially he doesn't care about resupply. He's just got I'm just gonna play my unit and damage.
And being able to ECL Amidala and take no damage is kind of nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Han 2 ECL is pretty well positioned right now.
Yep. I know a lot of people, especially a lot of UK people, are on it because Team Enigma kind of championed that deck a lot, and they took it to a big regionals, and 2 of their members were like in the top 4 with that deck, and that was before it got Queen Amidala.
And do you think it's just because of like having ECL to be able to counter those big plays, the swing plays?
I think it's we're more mid-range now, so the fact that Han can kind of get lower to the ground, and when it comes to their leader flip, he's already ready to go to ECL some nastiness out and hit him up.
Nate, where are you at right now with what you're playing? What are you thinking for the next big event?
So I was on Anakin Data Vault for my latest PQ, and I missed Top Cut by 1 game. All I need to do is win 1 game, and I played into 2 hard control decks and tied in both. So that kept me out of the top 8. Otherwise, I would have been 4-1 on the day, and that would have guaranteed making it in. And I really enjoyed that deck. However, I think Yoda is really strong right now, so if I had to pick between Yoda or Anakin, I'd probably lean towards Yoda, just because it can outlast a lot of the control decks we're seeing pop up right now, like a lot of the plot patines we're seeing that consistently at every PQ. It can outgrind and outlast that deck. I really enjoy playing my Lukes and my fun things to play before it all gets rotated. So I would probably lean towards Yoda. I think it's really strong. I think the only thing it's not well positioned into, not that it can't win, but it has to draw right, is space aggro. Like I have main board tech for space aggro, but I played into a Han 4 Tarkin Town deck at the showdown, and that was my only loss because I just got blown out. I did not see any of my Bright Hopes, any of my Eager Escort Fighters, Traitorous Confiscates when they mattered, and it just ran. And I didn't ramp at all in either game, so I just got utterly blown out. But it feels really strong in everything else. The other deck that I would really strongly consider is some version of Sabe, whether it's Tarkin Town or Mono Yellow. I played Tarkin Town recently at a locals, went 3-0 with it. I played Mono Yellow today, and it felt really great. Only game I lost was to Hector, and it's because I literally ran out of gas and just could not draw a 3-drop to save my life that had more than 2 damage on it.
On that note, on the Sabe Yellow deck, was that a platforms deck?
No, it's different. I took a little bit of what you see in Sabe Yellow and a little bit of what we've seen from Ryan Sabe Tarkin Town and kind of melded them together. I think the strength of Sabe is being able to double 1-drop for the Sanctioner, or to guarantee that you get a swing to start stripping the deck on 2. And I think the issue with the mono yellow builds that I'm seeing right now is it's play 1 unit. I think it has to be able to go wide to actually get value out of her ability each round. I think that's critical. So building it to go more wide, quicker versus later in the game, which is what a lot of the double yellow decks, Sabe yellow decks I'm seeing right now are doing. So it's a lot of like 1-drop space. I'm still doing the Faith in Your Friend things. BD1 is main board. So stuff like that on turn 1. So I would probably play Yoda or Sabe. I think with the mid-range that we're seeing right now, a good way to cut through that is also aggro, especially with like the plot patines. Sabe eats that deck up if you play it right, because you're able to strip everything from their hand if you go wide. PQ that I watched, the Sabe that lost to the plot Palpatine deck, I think it was doing that thing where it was like play 1 unit, do 1 thing. And then, of course, with a hard control deck, they go, okay, great, here's my 1 card removal. Thank you for just playing 1 unit. So that's probably what I would do. I'm having fun with both of the decks.
Awesome, man. Yeah. What big Aaron, what big events are you looking to go to, and what are you looking to play? Are you going to be on Boba Data Vault again, or where are you going?
So at the moment, I don't plan on going to any big PQs. I just with life stuff happening at the moment.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it to any of the PQs. But if I was, probably
You'd be on this C3PO red list on screen,
Yeah.
winning a
yeah.
PQ with unknown
with-
players in the top 8.
Yeah,
Is this
you
limited?
won that.
Is this a real thing? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a limited PQ. Sorry,
Okay.
I was just messing with you
okay.
guys.
Now, probably it depends on the like I said earlier. We're kind of in like I like the state of the meta at the moment. Like we are in some type of rock paper scissors with your mid-range command heroism, your hard control, and then the aggro, the boba that I play. So is playing the rock papers. My with boba, it's not a complete loss against the Yodas that I've played against. I mean, it's all about card draw. The Anakins too, it's also hard because if you get up to like 30 damage and you have no way to finish out the game, Anakin's swinging for stupid amount of damage against my base. So there's that. But the other deck, like I mean, the Han 1 green, I've been practicing a little bit on the side,
Mm-hmm.
but probably will stick with Boba.
Yeah, you're gonna end up getting that last minute Boba fever, and switching.
Well, the good thing about Boba is
He's
he's,
not switching.
he's practicing on a leader that's not going away.
He's
So
not
that is-
switching.
That's true.
But I mean, for half of about a good third of his deck though will be rotating out, so it'll just be trying to find out. I mean, with rotation happening in less than 3 months, about 3 months, it's gonna change up the meta, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
To your point
Yeah.
earlier, though, you're deploying Boba to the ground a lot. You don't have to put him on a ship, so
No,
I think it's just going to change the way people look at that deck. But I don't think it's going to go away by any means, especially once Bamboozle and a lot of the other easy ways to remove him go away.
Yeah.
It's going to be a strong deck.
well, cause like even like with like if I'm versing a deck that I know is probably gonna have Bamboozle, or like I know they sideboarded in Bamboozle, I know they're heavy upgrade hate. If I can get out and like with Cinta, like the Cinta helps like so much with this deck. Like the new Cinta plot card, just attack with a unit. Like even if I can attack, like it's usually 8 damage that I can just swing in. And if they Bamboozle or upgrade hate, I still have the unit most of the time.
It's like Boba did his job. I needed him to do
Exactly.
it.
Like I have an extra unit with Cinta. I swung into the base, dealing a buttload of damage. I still most likely have that other unit remaining. They just got rid of the upgrade, and I have initiative because chances are like they'll probably still have something else to do. Like with the resource economy with Cinta, drastically improved Boba, in my opinion.
Yeah.
100%.
And then Topple just to wipe the board is just fun. It's so mean, but it's fun to do.
Yeah, at Beatle, I was on that, and like when we were playing the 3v3, I found myself like board wiping, and then still losing games. So I'm never playing that deck again. You have fun with that, sir. I'm gonna go back to my Pop Yellow and steal everything, and at least be able to make you kill your own units.
Yeah.
No, that's great dialogue, guys. We're getting to like 5 minutes on the timer here, but why don't we do a quick go around and I've got us sort of on our closing screen now. Let's go around and just do like future of the game, very quick blitz. Personally, I'm excited for the post rotation phase of the game. I'm not one of those like, oh, I'll play when when rotation happens, I'll come back to the game. I think all of us have been pretty loyal to the game since we started playing it. I literally haven't stopped playing since set 1. And I feel like it's going in a good direction. I like what they're doing with the pack situation and the cards. I haven't been so focused on that side of it. I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys might know more than me about it. I know it's really to help benefit the value of the cards, so that way people stay in the game, I guess. But overall, I feel pretty good going into like the post rotation phase of the game, and I think it's going to shake it up in a really good way. We got a lot of good interviews on our Beatle 2 documentary that I put out, and you guys could check that out if you'd like. It's on our YouTube. We do get a lot of feedback from some big names on there regarding post rotation, and I think overall everyone's really excited for it. But what about you guys? Nate, we'll go to Nate first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about rotation. I'm excited to see new decks played. I'm excited to see new cards. Um, I will miss the cards that we are currently playing, but at the same time, for me, I was a Star Wars fanatic before I was a Star Wars Unlimited fanatic. Now I'm both. So to me, I love the game. I love the interaction. That won't change just because we lose a bunch of cards. I think the interactive back and forth is what makes this game fun, not specific cards that we're playing. I think there's a reason why, we are competitive with the game, but we go to locals and we obsess over building something new every week just to see what we can cook up and have fun with it. I think there's so many ways to keep the game fresh post rotation, no matter how you enjoy your SWU, where you play it, what you do with it. I think there'll be a way to have fun with it.
No doubt, yep. And then we also have Eternal, so cards value will go back up on cards. I'm sure
That
once
one
that
Boba
happens.
coming back for all of a month.
I thought he's still banned though, even in Eternals.
I think he might be. If not, he's going to get banned really
He's
fast.
not yet, but I suspect that'll take about
4
a month.
That's bold. A month. I think 2
A
days.
lot of people are saying, "Oh, they could let him
I
back in
only
the
say
game."
a month because FFG seems to always want actual data before they suspend anything.
Yeah, like they haven't been
Dango
playing
won't let
enough. They haven't been playing enough to know that would be broken. And people saying, "Oh yeah, you could bring set one Boba back and it'll be fine." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't know that era of the game, obviously." But anywho,
As a
Sean,
past
what about
Boba
you?
player,
Oh,
it'd still be broken.
yeah, no, for sure. Sean, how do you feel about the game direction and where it's going?
I'm definitely excited for post rotation. Sabine's had the chance to be at the top forever. Let's let some other aggro leader, come in and take the spot. And if you love playing Sabine, you can always play her in Eternal. So yeah, I think Lawless Time has some big shoes to fill. But I'm pretty confident that the set will be great, and rotation will be a chance to mix up everything, and give players a new meta to play in. And I think the SWU community is so great. There's so many awesome players and such a great community around it. There's so many other TCGs coming onto the market right now that there's a lot of competition. But I'm pretty confident that SWU's going to keep being a thing past rotation and even for the next rotation after that.
Yep. Go to your locals. Keep the game fresh.
Yeah.
Ryan, where's your head at?
I'm excited for rotation. Just I want to see new things get played, and I definitely really like changes that they said they're making to the packs too, because no one likes the regular foils, so I'm glad they're gone.
I don't mind them.
I don't mind them, but every other type of card that they print is better than them.
When their value is less than just a normal card, it's kind of bad.
They also they Pringle more.
Oh yeah,
than
the
others.
tacos are terrible.
We're on a Pringle diet. We're good on that. Aaron, how you feeling about the game? I know you've been trying to get out as much as you can to play, but how you feeling post rotation when resupply and super laser tech are gone?
Listen, I'm expecting them to still be reprinted, but no, I'm excited for it. I think we're all on like the same board with just seeing new decks getting their spotlight moment in the spotlight, especially how the meta's sitting now. But I mean, like Nathan said, like I think he said it or Sean said it, how the next set has a lot of shoes to fill. With it being the first set after rotation, kind of replacing the Spark of Rebellion type. Like it has a lot of high expectations, and seeing like the spoilers they've already posted, like I'm already excited for it.
We'll do a separate video on that because I definitely want to get into hyping up set 7, and we'll do more roundtables like this. It's been great having you guys on the table for a new video. Welcome, Ryan, to the team, even though you've been on here for a while. Thanks for being in the video today. We are at our time, and guys, I just really appreciate y'all getting together. I want to keep getting content out and keep putting out videos, so sometimes I might just need a little backup, so I appreciate y'all coming by. Any last words for the viewers, guys? From me, at least, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the Haven, our sponsor, for sponsoring the video. Thanks to everyone we've been seeing on the tables at locals, and thanks for coming out and hanging with us. Anything for the viewers, guys?
Go to
Go
your
to
local.
locals.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Go to local.
Guys, that was not scripted, just so you know. That's
No,
insane.
like, show your support to locals, because I know a lot of game stores are kind of on the flip of this. Just go to locals. Show your support.
Yeah, we'll end on that note. That sounds great. Yeah, guys, go to locals, keep supporting this awesome game. We sure will here at TwoToBase, and yeah, guys, we'll catch you on the next one, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas too. Yeah, almost forgot that.